Uh, it's all gone wrong.
I think it has.
Oh. Merry Christmas. Jesus Christ. Welcome back to the Daily Weekly Podcast for this holiday festive special, whatever we're going to end up calling it.
It's going to have a great name. I just know it. It's
It'll
going to be one of the best presents you'll get today.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it'll probably just be called the Daily Weekly Christmas Special or something. I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
But you know what? We're here to make your Christmas day even better. So we hope you all had a wonderful day today, and will continue to do so. So yeah, welcome to the Christmas podcast. As you can hopefully see, it's festive, nice looking.
Festive. Yeah. And although we aren't together, as we normally would be doing, well, at least the video, we're making it work. It's not what we had planned, because we had some good ideas for December.
Oh, some crackers.
There were some good ones. But there's always next December, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised we lasted until Christmas. I mean, we started this in April, man. Like,
it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel proud.
So do I. I mean, admittedly, we've kind of slowed down as the world has continually gotten worse this year, but we're still here. You know, we're still doing something, and I'm happy with that.
I am too. Yeah, we're still going. Doesn't matter. We haven't given up.
Of course not.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Christmas. What a wonderful time of year, eh?
Indeed. And it only comes once a year, so, of course, we've got to milk it for all the beautiful content we can.
Yes, we're going to squeeze those Christmas udders on that Christmas cow.
Christmas udders?
I don't know.
Oh, brilliant. Oh,
yeah, because...
You gotta love a Christmas udder, eh?
Yeah.
Christ. So, I think we've kind of discussed that over kind of the next few days from when you're watching this, you should hopefully be getting a few videos, to kind of, that time between Christmas and New Year, it's always kind of just like a constant state of just being full and tired of turkey and things and being hungover. So we're here to fill that void.
We are.
Get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, and we will discuss all things Christmassy, and it'll be absolutely wonderful. So
It will indeed.
yeah, let's talk Christmas, shall we?
Christmas. Christmas Day is like, you know, like you said, it only comes once a year. Everyone's looking forward to it, especially towards November, December. Once those months come around, that's it. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, for like supermarkets and stuff, it's pretty much as soon as Halloween's done, then it's on the Christmas grind. And unfortunately, Halloween was kind of cancelled for us too. It's all gone wrong this year, hasn't it? But
it has. But
let's try and end it on a.
It's not gone to plan for everyone, really. But
no.
Well, we're gonna end it a bit better, I think. Give you something. Yeah.
Give something back.
Yes, we're giving back to the world. It's the time of giving, and we are giving you, us, not literally, but in this video podcast.
I was going to say, I did not consent to giving them us.
Yeah, don't expect to find us under your tree this year.
Oh, that'd be a good prank though, wouldn't it? Like, put yourself in a box and then get that wrapped up, and then just like do like a jump scare on a family member. That'd be great. That's what Christmas is all about, the fear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the day of the year where an old bloke supposedly breaks into your house and leaves presents under your tree, so it's a bit scary.
Yeah.
So, as this is releasing on Christmas Day, and we're definitely recording this on Christmas Day, don't you worry.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I haven't even opened my presents yet. I'm recording this first.
Oh, this is priority. You know, it's 6 a.m.
Mhm.
You know, we're up, we're ready to go. What run me through your kind of general Christmas routine? Like, what do you do first? Like, how does your day kind of go during Christmas?
Well, I have younger siblings, so they love to wake up so early. I mean, I did too when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I think they're up about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. The first thing they want to do is run downstairs, open them presents, and I don't blame them.
No.
But yeah, so that's, and for us that's usually, we won't even have breakfast. They will open them presents first. I mean, I'd rather wait for breakfast then do it, because it's kind of building that suspense of I'm gonna get there.
I agree.
You know, seeing all the presents under the tree, it's something nice to look at. But they rip them open, so we do all that first. No one's even dressed yet. So
no, exactly the same.
yeah, so we do all the presents, and then people, go get dressed, get ready for breakfast. We'll have a proper full English breakfast.
Ooh.
Probably, even though at this point it might only be like 9 o'clock in the morning, have some sort of alcohol, because
of course.
before my cup of tea, it'll be straight to some Christmas festive drink that my stepdad has made up.
Yeah.
And then I'll be having my, my English breakfast with a vodka and Coke.
Oh, lovely.
Because it's Christmas.
Of course.
Forget the tea.
Yeah.
And then, family will come round and like around lunchtime, and well, usually they would. Not this year.
Yeah.
Damn tier 4.
Oh boy.
that just...
Something I want to ask you about, because I was thinking about this the other day. Haven't you told me before that you don't really tend to do Christmas dinner?
Well, my family do, but I don't.
Right.
Personally, because I don't like roast dinners. And the Christmas dinner, well, it's basically the same thing, apart from you might have turkey instead.
Yeah, it's a fancy roast.
Yeah, it's a fancy roast. Although, again, even in this household, weirdly enough, I like turkey, but nobody else does. So they don't even have a turkey. They don't have turkey. They have some other meats. So it's like... But this year I was talking to them about, look, if you get a turkey or some turkey, I will have that. And my stepdad's like, oh no, absolutely not. Not having turkey in this house. I'm like, oh, really? When was the last time you had it? It's like 50 years ago. I'm like, oh, give it a try.
What do your family tend to have in place of turkey?
They usually do a few, so it would be like beef or chicken, maybe pork. Even some, I think last year they cooked 4 meats. It was only small joints, but they cooked 4, and there was a few of us around. So.
I seem to remember one year when we were in school, you said something about your family having like a duck or something for Christmas.
Yeah, I think someone, I can't remember who, but yeah, someone, I think it might be my granddad. I could be wrong, but yeah. So it's like that one year, everyone almost had their own meat because everyone likes different things. So it's like, well, you got your own one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had all sorts, I think.
No.
Is it a turkey household for you?
Yeah, but when I talk about my routine, I'll get on to what we tend to have.
So yeah, then we have Christmas dinner, usually 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Everyone's just kind of, the kids are playing with the new stuff. The adults are just either in the kitchen or just sitting around at that point.
Yep.
Seeing what's on TV. That's another thing. I usually love Christmas TV.
Oh, me too.
There's always good films on.
Yeah.
But this year, it seems a bit lackluster, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just... And it's like, you think, especially this year, they'd have loads on. But even now, I'm like, oh, okay, that could be on any day. But, yeah. So then we had the Christmas dinner, and I always make a joke about watching the Queen's speech around 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's like, right, we've got to watch the Queen's speech, and then we'll...
Do you ever actually watch
dinner. I think I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
But I do it, not, I don't know, ironically, but I always like, oh yeah, we're going to watch the Christmas speech together. And then nobody else watches it.
You're like that person who desperately wants to make new Christmas traditions and then no one else is up for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then so we'll have our dinner and be all nice, seeing everyone gathered around the table, and so especially in my old house, we had space for an actual table to sit at
Yeah.
for Christmas. Although in my new house, we don't really have. I say it's new. I've been here for a few years now, but we don't
Yeah.
really have space for a Christmas, like to have
Yeah.
a table out.
Yeah, I can
So
see
we
that.
got to
Yeah.
get one in and either put it in the living room or in the kitchen. But it's all nice because everyone's like.
How are you
all
fitting a
together.
table in your kitchen?
Well, apparently, while I was at work on the weekend,
Yeah.
my parents did a trial run of how they're going to fit a table in the kitchen.
Right. Yeah.
And they said it works, so I'm yet to see it, but, otherwise we'll be in different rooms with a Christmas dinner on our lap. But hey, it's all,
Yeah.
at least we're eating the same food.
Yeah.
So that's dinner done out of the way. Then again, like, at this point, my granddad's probably on the sofa getting a bit tired, watching the TV with his Christmas crown on from the cracker.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, those jokes, do they make them purposely bad?
I think so.
They must do.
My mum came home the other day and she was like, "Oh, I've got some Christmas crackers because we didn't have any." And I was like, "Okay, right." And then later on that night, she called me in and she was like, "Jake, I think I might have bought the worst crackers ever," because she got like the recyclable ones where everything is just like paper stuff in cardboard.
Yeah.
Like, there's none of like the fun little toys or anything. It's like there's like a little like cardboard like cutout of Santa and like a snowman. It's like it's the worst cracker ever. Like, like you've got to get like some terrible little toy that sits in your cupboard for the next 4 years.
Yeah. And like you get what can you get in a cracker? Like a tiny set of a handful of playing cards, or a little screwdriver, or a comb, or something.
See, those are like the fancy ones.
Oh,
but then you get kind of like the mid-range ones, which are just like all like the plasticky toys, like the little frog that you push down on the little tab at the back.
I like the frog.
And the little, the little plastic mustache that burrows its way into the center of your nose and hurts for about a week after.
Yeah,
that's so bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Anyway, what you were saying.
So yes, after dinner, Christmas TV, seeing what's on, maybe a movie or something.
Yeah.
And then my mum, every year she buys like a new board game or something that we can play.
Yeah. My mum does the same. Yeah.
To this day, I don't think we've ever played it.
Yep. Yep.
It's like it seems fun and all, but
is that a thing at Christmas? Because that happens in my household. Like, I think 2 years ago, my mum bought it's like charades, but it's all verbal.
Yeah.
And like the last 2 Christmases, we've been like, oh yeah, we're gonna play it this year. We're gonna play it, and it'll be really good. And then it always gets to the point after dinner and that we're all just knackered and like drunk, and we're just like, oh, well, we'll just whack on the TV for a bit. Yeah, I don't know. That must be some sort of common thing at Christmas.
I think it is, because everyone wants to, do that kind of, let's, do that tradition of all getting around together and playing a nice ball game or something. And
I love doing it though. I really love doing that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's just like it's not something we do anyway. Like we'd never sit down and play a board game. It's like we've tried it before. It's just it always ends in disaster.
I tell you what, we always end up playing in our family: Cards Against Humanity, and that's always interesting to play with your parents.
I don't think I've played it with my parents. One time, I played it with a girlfriend's parents, and that was the first time I met them, and it was the most awkward thing ever. But,
I mean, I can imagine, yes.
Like, what? Like they all loved it. I was just like, first of all, I'd never played this game before. Secondly, I've never met you before, and then you're reading some of these cards out, and I just don't want to. But yeah, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like this year she's bought a couple of board games, and I just it seems cool. It's like this one she's got this time. I think it's Pictionary Air. So you have to have this pen thing, and like you pretend to draw in the air, but you have to use your phone to see what they're drawing, and I don't see that happening. Yeah.
No.
But there's always good old fashioned Monopoly, which
Yeah.
I mean, I like Monopoly, you know.
Yeah.
But
I'm just too lazy for it.
yeah, it does go on for a bit. I used to love it.
It really does.
Like
Yeah.
I asked for my own one for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And actually, I don't know if I've told you this. I'm sure I have. But I have the Walking Dead Monopoly. I got it.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell everybody else now. I got it. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago now. And I still haven't opened it. I've never played it.
Yeah.
And then for a couple of Christmases, as a joke, I got my dad to wrap up again. So it's like, oh, what's this? Maybe I'll open it this year. But no, it's sitting under my bed, collecting a bit of dust on some other ball games that I've got.
I'm surprised we've never played that.
I know. I can't believe it.
There you go, viewers. If you want like a 4-hour-long video of us playing Walking Dead Monopoly, be sure to let us know.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's well into the evening now, and yeah, I mean, at this point, my brother's been back upstairs since dinner.
The kids. It makes it sound like it's your kids. Oh, the kids are.
It makes me feel so old.
Oh.
I mean, I'd be the same. I'd probably go back up to my room, see what I've got. Maybe if I've got some new Lego, I'll crack on with that. Or a new video game, I'll spend hours installing it because everyone in the world is installing video games on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's like 2 years ago I got the new Call of Duty, and I mean, my internet isn't great at the best of times, as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it took me days to install it. It's just, mind you, it's like I've got 3 other brothers, each with their own games console. They're all trying to install the game, so it's like the internet is working overload here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think I managed to play it just before New Year. So
yeah,
that was alright. Oh. And then yeah,
lovely.
I can't really remember much else from last year or any Christmas, because I feel like this year's gone pretty quick. But when it comes to Christmas, I just, my mind's gone a bit blank, really.
Yeah, come on.
I always usually dress up really smart, like nobody else does. We don't have a tradition or anything, but I had this really nice waistcoat. It doesn't fit me anymore, but I think for like three or 4 Christmases, I put this on. I even had a lovely tie. Oh, I loved it, but it doesn't fit me anymore, so that's sad.
This year you can wear the gold chain shirt.
Yes, which I've only worn that one time, and that was an expensive shirt, and I've never worn it since.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah.
At least your mum knows you like it, I guess. So does that pretty much wrap up your Christmas routine?
I'm gonna say yes. I probably missed a bit, but that's it. I'll let you know next year what I did. What about you, Jake? What's your Christmas routine?
Well, for the last 3 years, Christmas has kind of been more of a 2 or 3 day event, because I work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and so Christmas Eve, let's say, I'm going off the last 3 years. At say 6 or 7 o'clock, I'll have work, go there, do that. They'll do like a little meal thing, and then I'm not going to docks where I work because I don't want them coming after the £3.50 that I probably owe them. But I always take home one of the Cadbury's hot chocolate sachets.
Oh right.
And what I do on Christmas Eve is I kind of have a tradition. I'll come home from work, have a shower, have dinner, party food or whatever my dad's done, and then about 11, 12 o'clock, I'll make myself a hot chocolate. I'll sit down. I'll put on probably some Christmas specials of shows and stuff. So Doctor Who, the Mr. Bean Christmas special,
yeah, of course.
And then about probably around 1 or 2, I'll get into bed. And my last the last thing I'll always do on Christmas Eve is watch Polar Express, because it's just been a tradition since I was 8. It's what I do on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, again, if I'm working, I'll get up. Normally I work around 10 a.m. on Christmas Day till about 7, which is dreadful, and I hate every minute of it. So, thankful. I guess something good has come out of tier 4. I'm not working this shit. And yeah, so I'll go to work. And then at the end of my shift in the evening, we'll tend to, like, my manager will buy us all a drink.
That's nice.
And we go sit in one of the function rooms, and then just, like, we always do a Secret Santa at work and stuff. We'll do that, which I hate because I'll get onto this a bit later on, but I hate any attention being on me. And so it makes Christmas and birthdays just horrid. And when it gets Secret Santa as well, it's just like, I just hate it because there's a room with like 20 other colleagues of mine just staring at me open a present that someone who barely knows me has probably got. So it would just be something general like chocolates and a bottle of Prosecco, which I don't drink. It sits in my conservatory for the next year and a half. So anyway, after that, go home, have a shower. My sister will probably go around her boyfriend's just to give him his presents and him hers, him. They will exchange presents. So while they're doing that, I'll be having a shower, getting changed and that. Then come downstairs, do the presents in the evening. We'll tend to put on a movie in the background. And then just open up presents. We'll have some party food in the evening. And then on Boxing Day is when we do our kind of main Christmas celebration. So that's when we'll have my grandparents round. We'll do Christmas dinner, do our presents from them, and likewise. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just then it turns into pretty much just drinking all day Boxing Day. It's pretty much just a constant stream of alcohol between Boxing Day and New Year for me. That's like I wish I could say I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty much every day between Boxing Day and New Year will just be like a constant cycle of hungover, drunk, hungover, drunk. And then it takes me about 4 months to recover. But you know, that's the magic of Christmas.
It is. It's all part of it.
Yeah. But this year, obviously, not working, so doing things a bit differently. I think we're just going to watch a movie on Christmas Eve, maybe play some games, have a drink. Then Christmas Day, I think we're going to quickly go visit my grandparents, give them their gifts, and come back home. And then we'll do our gifts, and then I think we're just going to do like kind of a lunch, but like we're not doing turkey this year because that's not like my nan normally does the turkey. And then she brings it around. So we're not doing that this year. We're doing I think we're just doing like roast stuff. Like I think we'll just do like beef, pork, gammon or something. I don't know. I do love a good joint of gammon.
Oh, me too. Yeah, that's one of my favourite meats. I love gammon.
Yeah. And then on Boxing Day, having like cold meat sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah. And so I think we're just gonna do that. And then lunch, get like just hammered and watch some movies and hopefully play some games. But who knows? And then that's pretty much my Christmas routine. Obviously, when I was younger, I'd be waking up on Christmas Day at like 5 or 6 a.m. Going waking up the parents. But nowadays it's just like, if I get up before midday, I'll probably be pretty grateful for that. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to actually spending Christmas at home.
Yeah.
Because even though we do it on Boxing Day, and it's I like it being spread out, but I don't like the reason why it has to be spread out. And I don't know. There's something about, even though we do it on Boxing Day, there's something about Christmas Day where it's like, everyone else, like everywhere, is doing it as well. It's just like it feels very wholesome, I guess. So yeah, and lovely.
Yeah, and a couple of things you said during that made me think, what Christmas Eve and Boxing Day, and just going back for what I do, like on Christmas Eve morning, either I'd go with my mum and stepdad, or with my dad, and we'd go to Wetherspoons for breakfast. And that might not sound very upmarket to some of you people out there, but
Your family loves to cook breakfast, don't
I
they?
love a cooked breakfast, absolutely. And
I'm never hungry in the mornings. I can't do breakfast.
if someone says, "Do you want to go for breakfast?" I'm straight there. I love it. So yeah, we'd usually go to Wetherspoons and see some of like friends and things at there.
Yeah.
Can't do that this year, but it is what it is. Last year I worked Christmas Eve, and I always end up working Boxing Day and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I always said to myself, when I get a job, I never want to work over Christmas. And I'm glad I don't have to work Christmas Day, because that would just really break it for me. So it must be nice for you to have that off this year.
No, that's it. It's like I say, even though we do still celebrate it, it's not like we skip it.
Yeah.
It's just like it's always like the busiest day of the year at work, and I mean, even if I was working it this year, it wouldn't be busy, because I think before Tier 4 was announced, we had like half the bookings we originally did. And it's always busy. Everyone's always stressed at work. It's always just not nice. And it's just that it's like that day where not only do you just want to be home with your family enjoying the day, it's like everyone at work is stressed. Customers get all antsy and annoyed and think they deserve the world because it's Christmas and they're entitled to it. But yeah, I don't know, there's something about actually having Christmas this year. It's nice. I mean, obviously not for nice reasons, but still, I mean, I'm pretty happy I'm not working this year.
Yeah, it's the same for me. The circumstances aren't ideal, but for me and for you, and many people are going to say the same thing. In the industries that we work in, it's nice to have this as a break. even given the circumstances aren't ideal, obviously, but yeah, it's just nice to have a couple more days to do what other people do.
Yeah, and obviously for a lot of people, it's not the nicest thing not being able to see your family on Christmas and all of that, but at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. It's yeah. Although. Speaking of nothing you can do about it, we're coming up on half an hour, so something you might want to do is restart your recording.
I will. I was just looking at the time there, so I'm going to head over to the camera and do that.
So,
I just want to say,
the
camera did cut off slightly before the time that it was supposed to, so there may be a break.
That's fine. You've recorded your audio anyway, haven't you? So that's fine. I'll just put a little static thing on the screen or something. That pretty much sums up our Christmas routines. Like I was saying in that little intermission there, let us know what yours are. Do you have anything weird that you do on Christmas Day? Let us know. We're intrigued to know.
Yeah. Do you eat anything out of the ordinary, not traditional?
Yeah.
Why not?
Speaking of what people eat on Christmas Day, what would you say if you were having like a traditional Christmas dinner? What would be your favourite part of that?
Oh, for me, it has to be the pigs in blankets. I know that sounds so common to say, but that's just little sausages wrapped in bacon. Love it.
What's not to love?
Exactly. What about you?
Yeah, I'd have to go for that. Or I really like parsnips as well.
Really?
Roasted parsnips.
Ooh.
Yeah. One of the best things. But then again, I really love stuffing as well.
Yeah, stuffing's good.
Cannot get enough of that. What else do you have on a Christmas dinner?
Potatoes, veg, Yorkshire puddings, gravy.
I quite like, probably to some people's dismay, I quite like Brussels sprouts. Like, quite a lot.
I don't mind them, but I wouldn't, like, if there was any extra, I wouldn't rush up to get them.
No. I feel like when you're a kid, everyone hates Brussels sprouts, right?
Yeah.
They're gross, they're just, like, they're almost, like, bitter, they're disgusting. But I feel like as you get older, you start kind of enjoying the bitter things in life. Oh, brilliant. So, yeah, no, for me it's probably parsnips or stuffing. But again, pigs and blankets are 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, from food to movies, what would you say are your top 3 Christmas movies, if you can think of 3?
Just before we get on to the Christmas movies, going back to food quickly,
Yeah.
as I've said, I'm not partial to a Christmas dinner, and in the past, I thought people might want to know how weird I am because I eat some weird things at Christmas.
Yeah.
Usually, I end up having a pizza.
Yeah.
I've had pasta. Sometimes I have a bit, of like what everyone else is having, and but this year I think I am going to be a bit more traditional. I haven't bought a pizza, so might have a Rustler's burger instead.
Oh, you really splash out at Christmas, don't you?
Yeah, I do. So.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You should get a pizza that has like all like the Christmassy bits on, because I know you can get them. It's got like
that's a great
turkey and
That's a
pigs and blankets on and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out for that now.
This is a question. What do you think of cranberry sauce?
I think I've only had it once or twice.
Yeah.
I couldn't have too much of it.
Yeah.
I just a little bit on the side would be enough for me. I couldn't like pour it over or have it over my other food.
No.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, I only ever like it on Christmas. I'll never. I mean, it's a Christmas thing, isn't it? But yeah, I'm pretty much the same. I like it, but I wouldn't rush to get it. Like if there was none left, or there was a bit left in my, I don't know, my nan wanted some, then yeah, she can quite happily have it. Yeah, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But again, it's very. I'm trying. I honestly now I can't think of what it tastes like.
Yeah, it has been a while since I've had some.
But it is quite. I don't know. Just it's a lot. Like it's pretty. I find it's quite sickly if you have too much of it. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of, do you like mint sauce or applesauce?
I like applesauce. Mint sauce. Not really. Not really a fan.
I don't like either of them.
Applesauce in moderation, because otherwise you're basically at that point just eating a bunch of apple jam or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know what I've never tried? I've never tried bread sauce.
Oh, I don't think I have either. No.
But I've heard a lot of people say it's like their favourite part about a Christmas dinner. Never tried it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's our sauce review of the year.
Sauce review.
Yeah.
Actually, I keep thinking of things now. Do you have a starter with your Christmas dinner?
No.
No? See, sometimes my parents will have like a prawn cocktail as a starter. I don't like prawns, so I wouldn't have it. But...
My mum and dad.
Yeah.
My mum might do that.
Yeah.
No, I think we get like frozen ones, or like my mum makes them for just like party food that you eat between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Like it's not really like we don't really do stars, so we'll have like a dessert, but.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing one this year, but it's just a couple times in the past we have. So I thought, there's that.
What do you do for dessert on Christmas Day?
It's usually just a mix of cakes, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't have we don't have it as part of the meal, so we won't. Like we might still set the table and have like a bit of cake together, but usually it'll be just here's some cake. Help yourself if you want some. You can sit at the table. You can sit in the living room. Just do whatever. It's a bit loose at that point. Everyone's, the meal, the main dinner is the main part. Yeah. Everything else is just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, my sister tends to make a like a Christmas fruit cake thing every year.
Yeah.
I don't really like fruit cake, although I've said I'm going to try it this year because I haven't tried it since I was about 5. But yeah, no, we don't really do like a load of stuff. Like, I think we might get like just some little like microwave Christmas puddings or something.
Yeah.
For like my grandparents, but I don't really like Christmas pudding. I'm a Yule log man. Yule log and whipped cream.
Ooh. I like a Yule log, but I'm also one of the only people in my household who do like Christmas pudding. In fact, I'm the only one. So we don't have that. I usually buy a little one for myself. Although this year my auntie, she's very good at making cakes, so she's made one. But she made it for the whole family, but it's probably just going to be me. So that's nice.
Is this the same as you and your apple pie while watching Walking Dead?
Oh, that used to
or
be
your
a
apple
little
crumble,
tradition. Yeah.
Your whole apple crumble.
It was a very unhealthy.
It's an unhealthy time of your life.
It was, because every week I would have a whole apple crumble or apple pie to myself.
Christ.
I don't do that anymore because I thought that's
good.
putting on a few pounds. It's not too good.
I mean, you're going on runs and stuff now, aren't you? Like,
I am actually.
Christ.
Yeah, 3 times a week. I've only started recently, so I haven't done that many, but it was something I wanted to do at the beginning of the year, and I thought, right, that's it. I'm tired.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I hope to continue that. Because I was just looking at myself thinking, oh, you're getting a bit, come on, Brad, what are you doing to yourself? Running, now we go.
I mean, I've been thinking the same thing about myself. I just haven't bothered to do anything about it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I picked a bad time to do it, but hey, it's a start.
Lovely. Well, shall we move on to movies and songs and whatnot?
Some of the best bits of Christmas are movies and songs.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, what would you say are your top 3 Christmas movies?
A Christmas Carol, Arthur Christmas, and third one.
When you say a Christmas Carol, I take you're talking about the 2009
Oh
Jim
yes,
Carrey one?
the 2009 Disney Jim Carrey animation. Yeah.
Yes.
I think those 2 are my favourites.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have a third, because then it's kind of most of the other Christmas movies are kind of equal for me. But
yeah,
something about those 2. I saw A Christmas Carol in the cinema.
right.
So that one's kind of, I saw it in 3. That was one of the first films I saw in 3D in the cinema. And
I mean, that was
wow.
when 3D was a big thing. I mean, Avatar as well was around that time.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
And when Arthur Christmas came out, I just fell in love with it. I just...
I'll talk about my feelings towards it in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've watched it a bit. I saw it on TV a couple of weeks ago, and I always watch it on Christmas Eve. That's like my staple.
Yeah.
Then... I don't know. Yeah, it's just Home Alone, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Home Alone 2 to the first one.
Yeah.
And then, don't get me started on the other sequels they made. Like, gee, what happened to that?
Oh, I know. Yeah, when they recast Kevin and his entire family in the 4th one, which isn't really canon, and well, they recast everyone, even bloody Marv.
Yeah, like the 3rd one is okay, and then after that,
yeah, the 3rd one was the first one I saw.
Yeah, I think me too, actually.
So I think I was around a friend's house who said it was his favourite. I'd never seen them. So you kind of, he sort of showed me them. But,
yeah. What are your favourite Christmas movies?
I don't have like an order, but A Christmas Carol's up there. See, even though Polar Express is a tradition for me, I don't like it that much. It's more just like nostalgia and tradition, and it's like it feels right to watch it on Christmas Eve for me, but it's not that great of a movie realistically. Home Alone 2, a movie I've fallen in love with this year, because leading up to Christmas I've kind of been doing, like every week I've watched 1 or 2 Christmas movies just to kind of try and get in the spirit. But a movie I've fallen in love with this year is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yes, I've seen that a few times.
It's really good. I really enjoyed it. What was another Christmas movie I watched? Home Alone 2, bloody good. I think it's for me it's like the New York vibe, because there's something to me about New York that just feels kind of Christmassy and festive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So everyone wants to go to New York at Christmas, don't they? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that. I'll talk about my theme towards after Christmas. So it was quite funny that you said Christmas Carol and after Christmas, because in it, like this week, I'm doing like at least one movie a night leading up.
Yeah.
And I think it was on Sunday night I watched Christmas Carol, and then last night I watched After Christmas.
Oh right.
And I'll tell you what, I've seen it before, but I forgot about that movie completely. And watching it back, it's good. I really like the concept of it, and I like that they kind of made like Santa and that more of like a military operation and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I really like the way that they did that, and like how it's not always been one guy. It's like a lineage of Santas and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's all right, but I don't know. It's not something I would jump at watching. You know, it's not 100% for me. I'm trying to think what other Christmas movies there are. Again, for me, that I'm all about Christmas specials of TV shows. So
Yeah.
Doctor Who, Voyage of the Damned, every year
Oh,
has to be.
every year. It's a must.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just something about it. Again, like, even though it's a disaster on a ship, it feels so Christmassy.
Yeah, and
Oh, it's so well done, I think.
I really. The thing is, since I kind of realised how much I love it, I think I found out how little most people love it. Like a lot of people really don't like it. I don't get it. I find it's quite fun. It's a bit of an adventure, and it's still like a laugh and good.
Yeah.
And then in later on in series 4, in that alternate reality episode, the Titanic blows up the entirety of London.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. Because the Doctor was killed by a spider and drowned.
On an earlier Christmas. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lovely. So moving on from movies then. What are your favourite Christmas songs?
Actually, weirdly enough, over these last few days, I've been listening to some Christmas music, but not Christmas songs per se.
Right.
I've been listening to Christmas jazz music,
Yeah.
and I just find it's like that perfect. To me, it's the perfect Christmas music because it's cool. It's got that soft, it's Christmassy. It's really well done, especially when they're covers of traditional Christmas songs. It's like, oh wow, that's a good take on that.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been listening to. I'm a Michael Bublé Christmas fan. He does a good job.
He does, yeah. And he only comes out at Christmas.
He does, yeah. You don't see much of him otherwise.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. I think that one, that one's a good beginning point for me because it really does get you into that Christmas mood. So that would be one of the first that I would listen to. There's so many, really.
Yeah.
I think I like all the common ones. So, Step Into Christmas, Elton John, Stop the Cavalry, Jonah Louie. Who else? There's so many. I can't think of the names now.
Yeah.
I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day.
That is a good one. What's that one that goes? It's Are you hanging up the stockings on the wall? It's probably just called Merry Christmas by someone, but I can't think who it was by.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. That's up there for me.
Yeah. Oh. I can't remember what that one's called actually.
It's probably just called Merry Christmas or something.
It might be.
Oh.
Yeah, my mind's gone a blank on that one. That's really bugging me.
That's fine. We'll Google it. I'm sure.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
So as we've already briefly mentioned, Voyage of the Damned is our favourite Doctor Who Christmas special.
Yeah.
Have you got any other favourite Christmas specials for Doctor Who, or?
Before we go on to that, I'm just going to quickly talk about my Christmas songs.
Right, yep, sorry.
That's right. That's right. I kind of opposite to you. I quite like the kind of a little bit more obscure ones. So I don't know if you've heard it. "Christmas Time" by The Darkness. That's a very good song.
I haven't heard of that.
It's not really that uncommon. I mean, I guess like "Feliz Navidad."
Yeah.
I can't think what else of Christmas songs I've listened to. I quite like "Mistletoe and Wine"
Yeah, that's good.
because, like, at work leading up to Christmas, we always do Christmas parties, and that song is always the first on the same playlist every year.
Yeah.
But it's just it gets me in the mood for Christmas. That song. Yeah, so that I quite like "Baby Please Come Home."
Yeah.
The Michael Bublé cover, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, going back to your original question. Doctor Who Christmas specials. I feel like they've been dreadful the last few years. So, Christmas Invasion, Voyager the Damned. Trying to think what my other ones are. I like End of Time, but not as a Christmas thing.
Oh yeah.
Just as like an episode. I don't mind the Christmas Carol episode with Matt Smith.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's alright.
He's very Stephen Moffat.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much. I just really like all of the David Tennant ones because they're kind of very nostalgic for me.
They are, yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
The same, really. Like, there have been some weird ones, haven't there? I mean, like again with A Christmas Carol, yeah, okay, what they did was cool, but then again, it's out there compared to some of the others.
Yeah.
What was that other one? Was it I think a Doctor, a Widow, and a Wardrobe, or something like that?
Oh god, yeah.
Like that
the one that everyone hates. Yeah.
Yeah. Or something to do with a tree or something, or what? I can't remember.
Something to do with a tree.
What else has there been?
See, I feel like
the Snowman. That was a good one. I like that.
It was a time in Doctor Who I wasn't really that invested. See, I didn't like that for Stephen Moffat's one. They basically just tried to make classic Christmas stories Doctor Who-y.
Yeah.
So they made A Christmas Carol Doctor Who-y. They made Narnia Doctor Who-y. Yeah. It's like, they're alright. I don't think by any means the Christmas specials are the best episodes of Doctor Who.
No.
Apart from Voyager Damned, which is perfection in every single way.
It is. I think when they try to, like, when the episode isn't anything to do with Christmas, but it's just a special on that time, I feel like I've been robbed. Like, this is supposed to be a Christmas special. You could make that regular episode any time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I understand. I don't want it to be repetitive where Earth is under attack every Christmas. Go somewhere else. Do something different. But make it Christmassy, you know?
Oh, what was that one with, like, the one where they basically ripped off Alien and threw in Santa?
I think it was called Last Christmas.
Oh, that was dreadful.
I don't think I saw it on Christmas Day, so I don't really remember much of it.
I remember watching it and being like, I don't know, like, it doesn't exist.
The one, Nick Frost was in it as Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't exist in my head, that episode. I remember watching it and being so confused because it's just weird, and I hated how weird it was.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those stories of the whole time, like, you don't know if it's real or a dream, or...
Yeah.
And it just gets so, like, muddy and just... I don't know, just... not good.
I thought Return of Dr. Mysterio was just bad.
Oh,
I didn't like how it was trying to be too American, and
I mean, it was peak Marvel times, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I know why they did it, but
Yeah.
it just didn't work.
No. And that costume as well was dreadful.
It was
The
like, didn't we have
plasticky mask.
that year? We had no other Doctor Who, did we? I think that was the only episode.
Yeah,
that year.
I think
so
that was
like,
it. Yeah.
Like you have nothing for a whole year, and that's what you give us. Oh, come on.
I'll be honest. Majority of the Capaldi era is just like a dirty, muddled mess in my head.
Yeah,
it's
I feel
weird.
sorry for him. He could have been really good.
He's still one of my favourite Doctors, but
Yeah, mine too. But...
Yeah. And if you want to hear more about our favourite Doctors, go watch our last podcast.
Yeah, Doctor Who special. Check it out.
Yeah. So, this might be a bit of a weird question to ask and answer. What would you say your favourite Christmas present is you've ever received?
Probably it would be either Christmas 2010 or 2011. I know it was those years because those years were the years that I got the most Lego as a presents.
Yeah.
And back then, that was like the peak for me as a kid when I loved it.
That's the peak for me now.
I think I'm in the peak now, but as you know, back when I was younger, that was the height of it. And you know, I'm more into the city stuff, so like I had like space in our old shed where I had the whole like city, so I was just like adding to it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I remember my dad. He spent so much money on Lego. It was just bags full. And because he knew how much I liked it.
Yeah.
So that was probably those two Christmases are probably my best Christmases because it was what I wanted and I got loads of it, more than I expected.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, this is great. Nothing's quite come close.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mine's between probably two. But honestly, my favorite present I ever got was probably the Xbox 360 back in the day.
Yeah.
Because it's not the gift itself for me. Like, obviously, it was incredible. But it was the way that my parents revealed it to me. I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. But like they first gave me a controller. And I didn't connect the dots in my head when I was like 8 or whatever. And then they gave me like a game. And then they was like, yeah, and like, you know, you can ask for an Xbox next year or something. I was like, oh okay. Brilliant. And then I think it was like once everyone had finished all their presents and that, well, you know, I was happy with what I got. You know, like back then, you know, I would have gotten a few bits of Lego, some Doctor Who toys and stuff. And then I remember my dad just like bringing in a box, and he's like, oh, we're gonna put all like your wrapping paper in here to throw in the bin.
Yeah.
And and then he just brought it in, and I saw that my name was written on it. I was like, oh, what's this? And alas, it was an Xbox 360 Elite in black.
Oh.
the old one, not the fancy
yeah.
touchscreen one.
Yeah.
That all you young whippersnappers out there probably had. But yeah, no, that's probably it. Just because it was, like I say, it was more about the reveal than the actual present. But
yeah,
I got use out of that 360.
Yeah, I have a similar story for obviously the PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it was just when the PlayStation 3 came out, I can remember it. So I had a PlayStation 2, and it was Christmas, and the first couple presents me and my brother unwrapped were PlayStation 3 games, and so we were a bit surprised and confused, like, what? How?
You've bought us the wrong games, Mum.
Yeah, but then I was like, my dad said, "Oh yeah, no, you can put that on the PlayStation 2. Don't worry, that'll work. That's what we got for that. It's just new games." I was like, "All right, okay." So then we unwrapped more. It was then we got to the PlayStation 3. I was like, "Oh my god, wow!"
Yeah,
we got this. So that was really cool. But then when it came to a few years later, getting the PlayStation 4, I always said to my dad, I just don't want it, because I was still in love with the PlayStation 3. Like that was.
I remember this time.
Yeah, it was the perfect.
I remember in school asking you if you wanted to get it, and you was like, "No,
I don't want it." So yeah, I was just loving my PlayStation 3. I had no problems with that. I liked it. And then I think it was Christmas 2016 or 17. And my dad didn't know what to get me, and he left it until Christmas Eve. He had nothing. And I was on Christmas Eve. I was going around dropping off some gifts and Christmas cards to my grandparents.
Yep.
And my dad was at my nan's house at the time. Mm-hmm. And I went up to see him, and he was asleep.
Yeah.
And I went into the room, and I could see a PlayStation 4 box on the floor. So I was like, I wasn't disappointed, but I was a bit like, okay, this is it. I know I've got that tomorrow. And then he kind of woke up and quickly tried to move the box out the way, but he knew and I knew that I'd already seen it at that point. And so I had to... I acted like I didn't see it, but I did, and he knows that. Yeah. And then it was the next day, Christmas Day, and I unwrapped it, and I was like,
all surprised.
Well, I was kind of surprised because part of me... Don't worry, my dad doesn't watch this. It doesn't matter. Part of me felt like I hoped that it wasn't for me, and I wasn't going to get it. But when I saw it, I was like, okay. Like once I had it, I was happy because like, and I'm happy now because I absolutely love it, and I don't want to.
I was going to say, think of all the use you've gotten out of that.
I know exactly. Like, I mean, I still have my PS3. It's sat next to my PS4. I don't play that as much anymore. Definitely not. But
no. Yeah,
it's like I didn't want it, but I'm glad I've got it.
Yeah.
And I've definitely grown to love it over the years. So there we go. Yeah. It just like 2 or 3 Christmases in a row said I don't want it. Don't get me it. Until we had no choice. Oh, I don't know what else to get you. I'll get you this.
Yeah. But, I mean, like I say, I've said it before on here. I got my PS4 for Christmas like 2 years ago. And you know when you get older, like your parents start to spend a bit less on you for Christmas and stuff.
Yeah.
I paid for half of it, so I knew I was getting it. And yeah, no, I basically got that for Spider-Man, and I mean it came with Red Dead 2 because it was the cheapest bundle to get from Argos. Yeah. Turns out Red Dead 2 probably one of my favourite games of the last 5 years. It's incredible.
There you go. It's a good game.
I wanted to say something. Speaking of PlayStation, let me say, kids, if you're under the age of, I don't know, 14, click away now. How many kids do you think will be disappointed this year when they ask Santa for a PS5, but he couldn't get it because it was out of stock?
Yeah, so many.
Oh God,
and like the PS5 being out of stock has affected the PS4 because
Has it?
It has, because my younger brothers, they did have a PS4, but I don't know what they've done to it. Jeez. It's like it's going to explode every time they turn it on. So they wanted a new PS4 for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't find any. Like, you'd think there'd still be some out there, but there is. But the price has gone up. Like, we got theirs, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. And it was, I mean, even back then it was cheap, the price we paid. But even now, it's the same price. And the stock is going out fast. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because they were still selling PS3s for a couple of years into the PS4's lifetime. I didn't expect them to cut PS4 dead. And there's not anything. There's a big gap in the PlayStation market. I've even seen on Facebook like people selling PlayStation 3s for more money than they're worth. I just don't get it.
Did I tell you a few weeks ago? I went on to I accidentally clicked on the Facebook Marketplace, and something that came up was someone trying to sell a baby or something. Like, it must have been a troll post. Oh. But it was like they were putting up their child for like 50 quid. I was a bit... do you want to restart your recording, by the way? We're about an hour in.
Oh, yeah, sure. Alright, I'm back.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Now,
so
in that time, before we continue, in that time, I was just looking back, just making sure everything's been okay, and I'm not sure if it has been okay.
Oh?
Yeah. So there is some video.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure how much,
Uh,
but yeah.
it's fine.
So-
I'll just put your avatar in the webcam space on the video. It's fine.
So hopefully I'm here for all of it, if not most. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that, but
Oh no.
So
But we'll find out.
yeah, we'll find out once it's all done, and it's too late then. But nothing we can do now.
God. It's all gone wrong.
I think it has.
Oh. Anyway, what's our favourite part about Christmas Day while I cry?
Yeah, I was thinking my favourite thing about Christmas Day is the presents. But then, as I've gotten older, and I get less each year, mainly because my parents don't know what to get me, and fairly so, as I get older and have a full-paying job, they're not going to be paying the same amount as they did when I was a kid. So that's fair enough.
No, definitely.
It's just, I like the day in general. Like, I don't really have any favourite parts. It's just something about the day in general is what I enjoy. But then it always goes too quick, and it's over.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, you might have that couple days, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and that week in between New Year, but then, like, January the 2nd comes around and everything's over. It's just normal.
So, see, for me, where my birthday is early January, I have that to look forward to, but at the same time, I don't really like birthdays.
No.
Because, like I was saying earlier, I don't like attention being on me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty much the same. I mean, but if I had to pick a favourite part, for me, it'd be, like I say, giving people gifts and just genuinely seeing excitement in their faces.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, like this year, I've got my parents and my sister and such, like quite a lot of like actually really nice stuff, and I'm happy with that, and I feel like it's going to make them happy, which in turn will make me even more happy.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? You know, making others happy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Here's a question: have you bought anyone any face masks for Christmas?
I thought about it, but I haven't. Have you?
I have bought everyone in my family at least one.
Okay. Isn't it crazy how they've become such a part of normal life now? It's like,
I know. Like even
you gotta have nice ones.
Like even going back and like watching movies where people were standing close together or in the same room, it puts me on edge now, and it's really weird.
It's like, I can't have that anymore.
Happy COVID-mas, everyone.
COVID-mas.
So, here's a question, because your family tends to go quite all out for this. When would you say is the right time to put up Christmas decorations? Because you get people who put them up too early, you get people who leave it until Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like, when would you say is like the prime time to do Christmas decorations?
For me, it would have to be, if it was me personally doing decorations, then I would try and do it around the weekend closest. Well, maybe the weekend closest to December the 1st.
Yeah.
Because then I'd have more time. I mean, not at the moment because I'm working on the weekends, but that around that time is when I would do it. 1st of December. Although this year we did actually put them up. I think it might have been. It was definitely in November.
Yep.
When we started to do it. I think just after the halfway point. I think maybe around the 20th.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Might have been. My brother's birthday was on the 18th, and the Christmas tree. Actually, it might have been about halfway through November.
Yeah, I seem to remember seeing something on Snapchat about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's when we started, so the Christmas tree was up. It didn't have any decorations on it, but it was there, ready to go.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, as you mentioned, we do go all out, especially outside with all the lights.
Yeah.
So that takes some time to go up.
And your terrifying snowman.
Yeah, which he's no longer with us as of this year.
Oh.
He didn't make it. It was quite terrifying, actually, the condition he ended up in. It was horrible. So he went in the bin. He's gone.
Oh. Well, rest in peace, fella.
Yeah, like when he used to work, he used to kind of bounce around and sing a song. But
Oh, he was. You, the people at home do not know how terrifying this thing was. Like,
no, and I don't even have a picture of it anymore, so I can't even show you guys. But it was quite joyful when it was like in good condition and new. But as he got
just
old,
deteriorated. Yeah.
it did. It was like the voice box was a bit groany rather than jolly. It was horrible.
I feel like that's happening to me, to be honest. I feel like I'm just getting more and more decrepit and miserable.
Well, let's hope no one puts you in the bin anytime soon.
Oh, well. Oh, brilliant.
But yeah, like I have a fair-sized bedroom, so I have space for Christmas decorations in here.
Yeah.
And if there is any video left from today, you will see some Christmas decorations behind me.
God, I hope there's video left.
I really hope so. I mean, it is recording now, and there is video saved.
Well, there's video now, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you might have done? What if you, like, when you pressed to stop recording, what if you accidentally started it again, then pressed it and stopped it? So it's just you fiddling around with the camera for a second.
Oh, Jake, don't jinx it.
No.
I don't want to think about it right now.
Fair enough, yeah.
But yeah, I've got some festive bedding, which I bought this year.
Yeah. I saw that. It's quite nice.
Yeah, I got a nice new pillow, and I have a Christmas tree in the corner of my room. And again, I put that tree up. I put the tree up at the beginning of December.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't until about a week ago that I actually decorated it.
Yeah.
Because when I first got it out and I put the lights on, I was like, I just couldn't be bothered to decorate it.
Yeah.
But then I was watching a Mickey Mouse Christmas film, I can't remember exactly which one it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to decorate my tree. So I got my decorations out and I did it. And I feel better now. Because it was just a bit plain, but yeah, it looks nice.
That way. I agree about the right time. I'd say early December. Although I feel like if you have them up, I don't know, say past the 5th of January, then you're just... Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's kind of... Like, keep up for New Year.
Yeah.
But after New Year's, like, within a few days, I say that's when you've kind of got to start considering removing them.
Yeah, I think...
See, we don't tend to do anything outside. Like up until this year, we never had a wreath, but we've got one now. Well, we had one, but we put it on the inside, and it was like some old tatty one that was cheap. But we got a nice one outside now, and where we've kind of redecorated our whole downstairs this year, like we've actually got a nice place for the Christmas tree now, and they've managed to decorate it quite nicely, and my room right now looks lovely and festive, but as I said to you, that's going to be gone by the end of this, because none of these decorations are actually mine. They're my family's that I've kind of nicked for a festive background. But I mean, I just quite like to keep my room like this all of December, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of maintenance, because I feel like everything ends up falling down at least once, and you got to put it back up. It's just effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, December the 1st is kind of, that's my ideal sort of time, but we never end up doing it then.
Yeah.
We always end up doing it like halfway through December, because, you know, like everyone's working, no one really has time for it, and, you know, when I'm not working, I normally have uni and things like that. But I think this year we did it on the 7th or something. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's
but,
alright.
I admit, as I've gotten older, I realise how much I really do not like decorating Christmas trees. I don't mind putting it up and like the branches and stuff, but if I could hire someone to decorate it for me, then it's just trying to get it all nicely spaced out and filled up, and you always like run out of something, and you have like one more of something that you don't really have room for. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might just buy one of those like the fibre optic trees that have the lights in, and just leave it as that.
My mum, I think, does a pretty good job at our Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, no, every year I've been around yours around Christmas. Your tree is lovely.
Oh, thank you. I'll let her know. And I've always said to her, Mum, when I get my own place, you're coming round. I'll pay you if I have to. You're going to decorate the tree.
Yeah.
Like, I decorated my own tree this year, and I think it's all right. It's not bad. There are some gaps here and there, but I can't be bothered to change it now.
No. It's too late now.
Oh yeah.
It's Christmas Day, as we've established.
Yeah, I don't want to change it now. You can't leave it as it is. I'm taking it down soon.
Yeah.
Although saying that, last year when I also had a Christmas tree, a smaller one, I left it up. I think up until I want to say the 14th of January. I had it up. It might have been about the 10th even. But I just couldn't be bothered. It was just there. It was the only Christmas thing I had in my room, and it was in the corner, so I didn't bother with it.
I feel like kind of mid-January is sort of the absolute latest.
Oh, I agree, yeah. But I just couldn't be bothered, and I never got around to it until I did, and then that was that. But
I think things like leaving lights up outside isn't too bad as long as you don't have them on all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of effort to put them up and then take them down. But things like your tree and tinsel everywhere, it's got to go by 15th, 16th of January.
Yeah, definitely. If any later, then it's just
it's blasphemy.
It is. What are you doing? All the Christmas is over by that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, lovely. So I guess kind of, as we're getting towards the end of the podcast, we should talk about what comes after Christmas, which is of course New Year. So for me, New Year has never really been a big thing. Don't really care for it. It's just another day.
Yeah.
So do you think that it's worth all the parties and the hype that people put around it?
I suppose it is, because I think after Christmas, it's that's the big night, isn't it? You're going to see, especially before, well, not this year, but other years. Oh, we're going to go out, see friends, a big party. I get it.
Yeah.
I've been to parties, I've been to nightclubs at New Year, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but I've spent more New Year's indoors than I have out.
Yeah.
Usually due to the lack of invitations, but yeah, it's just, I don't mind. I'll put a film on, and when it's time, I'll switch over to BBC One, see what they're covering for the fireworks in London. But I'll watch that.
Oh,
maybe
it's gonna be none of them this year.
No, they're gonna show previous years, like a mashup.
They're just gonna show a compilation of previous years.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, maybe go outside, other people are cheering, all that, and then that's it. Back into bed watching my film.
I tell you what, I have a story from last year. So I worked New Year's Eve as well, and I was there until about 12:20.
Yeah.
But my family, my mum and dad, they came and saw us. They sat in the bar at work and wished them a happy New Year. And my manager bought me and my sister a drink and stuff. Which was nice. It was literally just me, my sister, and my manager stood in the kitchen at work, just drinking.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Can we just go home? I have alcohol at home. I don't need it here." And then I kind of went home. And by the time we got home, I think it was about 5 to 1, something like that. And my family stayed up a bit later, and I think it was around 2 a.m. down my road, we heard people screaming and shouting and stuff. So naturally, we all just crowded around the window, staring at us. And it was a proper big fight. There were people swinging at each other and everything.
Blimey.
And then the police got called, and then I guess it was just kind of a bad omen for the rest of the year, wasn't it? As start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
But it was mad. We all just stood there on New Year's Day, 2 a.m. on New Year's Day, just staring out the window, watching people beat each other up. It was bloody good entertainment.
Blimey.
So,
wow.
Yeah, that was my New Year's. And then, obviously, we had the new series of Doctor Who the next day last year.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
New Year's Day. We've got Revolution this year.
Yes, we do. Which actually seems like a decent episode for once. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that one.
So, carry on about New Year's. Have you got any kind of New Year's resolutions in mind?
my New Year's resolutions will be the same as they were for last year, but I feel so it was to, the basics, lose a bit of weight, do more,
Yeah.
just be a bit more active, and then one of them was to actually solve a Rubik's cube, which I did manage to do.
Oh,
I was so proud. I was so proud of that.
I haven't touched mine since I told you that I got one.
Yeah.
It's been sat on top of my wardrobe for like 3 months collecting dust.
Yeah.
Although, as it's going out on Christmas Day, I can say it's for Christmas I got my dad one because we've got one, but it's like a really old, like just knackered looking one. So I got him one, and then I went in Mankind in town the other day.
Yeah.
And have you seen the world's smallest Rubik's cubes?
I haven't.
Oh, well, basically, they're tiny little Rubik's cubes that actually work, which I thought was just like the coolest thing ever. And they put it in normal, like, Rubik's cube size packaging.
Oh, okay.
So my plan is, sorry, I mean, yes, my dad is about to open this after we finish recording.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him, like, as a stocking filler, I'm gonna give him the little one. And then I'm gonna give him the proper one, as a main present.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I'd be so happy with a mini Rubik's cube. I think it's like the coolest thing. But I have like a weird thing for like miniature models of stuff. Like I absolutely love it. And like just having like a mini Rubik's cube that actually works is like the coolest thing to me. But yeah, my New Year's resolution, honestly, like it sounds kind of cheesy, but grow the daily weekly more.
Oh yeah.
Like genuinely, I really like 2020. We had ups and downs and that, and I don't know. I feel like 2021, provided COVID doesn't get 10 times worse, I feel like we can actually like do all the things that we said we want to do. Do wine tasting too, and all that lovely stuff. I guess that's another thing as well. Like, I feel like if 2020, like, there's less restrictions and we can actually do stuff, we just need to do things bigger and better. And that's kind of what I want 2021 to be. Just bigger and better, Obviously, like, all, like, the normal thing, like, lose a bit of weight, I don't know, cut out sweets or something, I don't know. But, yeah, it would be nice just to have that fresh start.
It would.
Yeah, I feel like with the Daily Weekly, we can definitely make it bigger and better in the future.
I think so. I think if we made it this far, I think we can go further. Yeah. And
if we could make it till April 14th, 13th, then we would have done it for a year.
Yeah, and then hey, you do it for a year, you might as well carry on.
Yeah, exactly. What's that saying? Like, if you cut something out or do something for 3 weeks, then it becomes a habit, or 3 days or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. For us, it's a year with a YouTube channel.
Hey, and even when there's the breaks, we still come back to it. So
exactly.
It's just been a bit unfortunate because we've had so many ideas and it's just not gone quite to plan. But hey, 2021, come on, fingers crossed.
Yeah, and I think on that note, that's a bloody good place to leave the podcast.
I agree.
Hour and 25. So as today, I guess we hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and we'll continue to have a lovely New Year.
Yes.
Thank you for spending your Christmas day or whenever you're watching this with us, and as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Have yourself a wonderful New Year.
Yeah, go on.
Go
on. You want to. Go on. End it on a high and make our year worth it by subscribing if you haven't already, because those little numbers, that means the world to us.
It does. It does. Even though we constantly say it's not about the numbers.
It's not about the numbers.
It means everything to us. So, yeah. Alright, we will see you next time for whatever video that may be. And, have yourself a wonderful New Year and rest of your Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.